Kit Kats can read.
Hola! It is Tuesday, 25th of February. I'm here to let you know what I managed to do today. So this morning, wake up and I had to go back to mine to get an x-ray sheet that I had like 6 weeks ago. So I had to do my follow-up x-ray. And also I had to hand in a sputum sample because I saw the doctor yesterday and she just said those are the next things to do. So I handed those in and got those done. So literally I've got an appointment on Friday and it's pretty much just like a waiting game for me. Just sort of like hear if I've got any results back and just hear what I've got basically. I had a bit of a cough this afternoon. It literally just feels like my throat's just sort of closing up on me and like it just sort of like becomes really, really dry to the point where I'm kind of like in a way a little bit kind of choking, where I'm just coughing until I'm bringing something up off of my chest, and then my chest is satisfied. So I don't really know if I've got an infection. It feels like I have. I feel a lot better than I did Saturday and Sunday, especially Sunday, because Sunday was the worst day, if I've got to be honest. Sunday I just was feeling all sorts. And yes, I'm feeling a lot better now that I've managed to have some rest and everything. So I'm thinking, because I'm feeling a bit better, I need to get back to my flat soon and start sorting everything out. So I'm thinking what I'm definitely going to do is I'm staying at my nan's tonight, and then I'm going to go home tomorrow morning with the rest of my stuff, because I also brought home literally like all of my clothes back to my flat this morning as well. Just like dropped it off. And I also taxed my vehicle today as well. Literally just did all that on my phone. So my car is taxed for another year. Luckily, because my car is really small, I get free tax. And so yeah, I'm gonna go home tomorrow morning with the rest of my stuff, which is basically just my handbag and my other bag of my daily things, like my smellies and my toothbrush and everything, my diary, my books, and I'm also gonna take home my food bits, because my nan went and got me some bits from my fridge today. So I literally just asked her, I just said, look, just if you get me some bread, some sandwich meat, some salad, 3 meals that I can just sort of like heat up, yogurts, milk, smoothie, orange juice, that sort of thing. That'll do me for like until next shopping day. So I'll go home tomorrow, obviously providing that I'm still feeling just like I am now. There's not much that I can do whilst I'm here, really. I just want to get back into things, really. I mean, like, I've had 2 days off of work, which is basically 14 hours off of work. So I'm hoping once I can get back into feeling better, then I'll go back into work, obviously, this weekend. And then maybe I can try and like pick up the hours again somehow, even if it's like 2 hours or 1 hour here and there, or sort of thing, because things always happen where they might be short and I might be able to help out, sort of thing. So hopefully I can earn the hours that I lost back somehow. And also it'd be good to go back. I've also been, and it's really strange, but I've also been like sort of, I was sat like whilst I was waiting for my X-ray being done, I was sort of thinking like, am I enjoying my career path? Is this the job that I want to do? Do I want to pursue another dream? Do I want to try a different job? It's very difficult, because I like looking after people, but I don't know, it's very, very difficult. Like, I enjoy the job that I do, but there are some aspects that obviously I don't enjoy, and I know every job kind of has that in a way, but I'm just sort of thinking like, I don't know whether it's just because of like Benidorm, it's also kind of inspired me as well, like am I pursuing the right path, you know? Like, maybe I could sit down and do a bit of writing or something, like maybe I could write a story and like become an author or something, because that would be like quite an ideal job, sort of thing. So I think I just really need to sort of sit down and really, really think about what job I would like to do and that sort of thing. Just sort of think about my year ahead, really, and sort of go from there. And you know, if I do want to change my career path and everything, I think I just need to hopefully work at least another month at my place before I've passed that probationary period. I think it's got to be like 6 months, and then I can sort of like, you know, whatever happens, if I find something within the next month or two, then I can at least leave happily, sort of thing. Yeah, just, it's very difficult, really. I really do miss like my previous job. I had loads of issues with it, but I do miss my previous job being a support worker. So I don't really know like whether I want to go back into maybe even being a support worker somewhere, whether it's for kids, whether it's for vulnerable adults. Again, I'm not really sure. So maybe it's just something that I really honestly just need to look into and really, really need to think about, like my career path, sort of thing, going forwards. So that's all kind of happened today. I'm eating a lot better. My taste has come back. I had some lunch this morning around 12, and I had a sandwich, crisps and yogurts for my lunch. And then around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because my nan made me some birthday cake yesterday, because I didn't have any cake on my birthday week. So I had a slice of cake and cup of tea as an afternoon treat. And then because it's pancake day today, we had breaded fish with some chips and peas for dinner, and then we had some pancakes for our dessert. So that was really nice. Had it with sugar and lemon. And yeah, now I've retired to the bedroom. I've actually, do you know what? I'm so glad that I managed to get the reading bug back again, because I've really been missing out on reading, and I've been so lost in what I wanted to read. And I think it's good that I went back to a book that I have read before, and it's a contemporary, it's an adult, and it's something that I'm finding easy to get into reading. I mean, as I'm reading, it's not like I'm like, oh wow, like I'm loving reading and like wow, this is amazing, and I'm reading and I am enjoying it. Like, I'm not like excited about it. I think me being unwell and me being tired and me thinking about like everything that I need to do back at the flat, and never have everything that I need to do this year, I suppose, like that's playing a part into my motivation as well. And yeah, I kind of like I want to get back into reading again and enjoying reading for me, like reading what I want to read. So I don't know whether I just need to change up my TBR somehow, because it's just like my TBR for February was stupidly huge anyway, but it's too overly ambitious. Like, I need to at least have like, I know, 5 books a month, or even 4 books a month, or even 3 books. Like, just have 3 books and then be like, whatever else I read, that's it. Like, or have 4 books, so it's like 1 book a week sort of thing. If that's 4 books that I really want to read. It's just, I think I'm just getting a bit ambushed with reading, and I'm sure that's what a lot of booktubers go through, that whole like ambush of books, of like the pressure of what you've got to read, what review books you've got to read, and so on and so forth. And I'm finding myself struggling, and I think, if I'm going to be honest, like obviously things like life and work, and the fact that I'm doing the show, and that I see Aaron, and just I think everything, and my health, it all comes into the same equation. It really does affect my timing, it affects my motivation. So it's nice that I can actually that I've been able to sit down and actually get some reading done today and yesterday. So, you know, I've read all of that, which I haven't done that amount of reading in such a small space of time in a while. And considering I'm ill with God knows what, it's really good for me. Like, it's really good for me. And I've nearly read 200 pages. So within like 48 hours, I've nearly read 200 pages. And for me, that is really good. I'm a slow reader, so I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And maybe I will finally have a book read in February. But you know what? There's no pressure. If I don't get any reading done in February, then I don't. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be disappointed in myself. I'll be a very slight disappointment, but you know, I'm not gonna like literally kick myself in the butt about it. But I think starting from March, I'm gonna be better. I have read 1 book this month. I totally forgot. For some reason, I'm going around thinking that I haven't read anything, but I have read 1 book, and that was The Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I did finish that. So I have read 1 book in February. So it's not a failure of a month. I did buddy read that. So yeah, that's good. I managed to do that. So I'm going to talk about more of my thoughts on this reread in my reading vlog. So yeah, I'm going to head off now, get some more reading done, and hopefully I will speak to you guys very soon. Hey guys, today is the 26th of February, it's a Wednesday, and today's been a bit of a weird one. Like, I went back to my flat and I did housework, and then I was planning on going to rehearsal tonight, and then I wasn't really feeling well, And then I was just reading some more of P.S. I Still Love You, and then I read a bit more, and then I went and did something else, then I went back to it, went and did something else, and I went back to it, and then I just finally sat down with it this evening because I had an urge to finish it, and I did. So within like about 3 days of me being unwell, this is a reread for me. I have finished P.S. I Still Love You. I still go at 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. I still really enjoyed it. Don't remember that I read it the first time, which is weird. I literally just don't remember anything about this book, which is so strange because I definitely read it. But anyway, it's read now, and yeah, really cute, and it's fluffy, and Laura Jean is just like this cookie filled with rainbows. She's so sweet, she's so innocent, but she's also got this like feisty power in her, which I like she knows when to say no, and she knows, like, I don't know, she knows what she wants, and she knows that she can say no, which is really good. But she's also sweet and innocent too, like really caring to her sisters, and yeah, it was a really, really sweet sequel. And now I'm just like, oh my god, I really like the character John Ambrose, and I really don't know what is going to happen in the third book. I've never read the third book before. I've always had it on my TBR. I've always been scared to read third and final books, or even final books in series. That's why I've never completed series. Well, that's a lie, I have, but some of my favourite series haven't been completed because I just get scared of how it's going to conclude, what's going to happen next, how they will finish it. So that's why I never finished Shatter Me, I never finished the Unremembered trilogy, I never finished this trilogy. Yeah, just so many series I just haven't continued with because I've been intimidated and been scared of what's going to happen. Anyway, so although this is a reread, it's still reading. It is my third read of the year. I know there's loads of people that have read like 20 to 50 books already this year, which is mental and crazy, and yet there's me with just 3 books in like 2 months. So I'm not, it's weird, like I am sort of disappointed, but I'm not as well. Like I'm annoyed at myself for not doing better, like I've managed to read this within 3 days sort of thing, whereas I could have done that before. But I've had a holiday, I've been unwell like 2-3 times this year already in the past couple of months, currently going through something right now, God knows what it is, but I've been throwing up today and several times from afternoon onwards into the evening, and yeah, and I don't really know like what's going on today. I was meant to go over to Aaron's at some point today, so it's good I managed to get some reading done, so at least I've managed to achieve everything that I needed to do today, like housework, and I've managed to do some reading, and I've cleaned Cookie, and I've hoovered, and I've put everything away, and I've filmed my March TBR, I filmed my February book haul, I've put all of the holiday pictures and videos on the laptop. Today has been successful and productive even despite the circumstances, so I'm feeling pretty good, like reading wise. I don't really know like what I want to read next. That's going to be the next thing. I think it's going to possibly be the Witcher book, The Last Wish. So if you come with me, let's pick my next read together. I need to just put my book over here. When I finish books, I put them over here, and at the moment I haven't sorted out my ottomans yet. I still need to, because I've sorted them out, but I haven't sorted what I'm going to put in them. So this is where I put my finished books, over here. These are all my keys. Finished books go here, and then I fill my wrap up, and then they go downstairs in my garage. My used bookmarks go into this drawer here. If they're like the really pretty Cookie bookmarks, they go in there. If they're just like normal bookmarks,
they go into this little carry bag here, which actually just, it has everyday written on it because that's when I went to see the Everyday Fund in London. These are my bookmarks I designed. Obviously these are all the bookmarks that I have. Actually, not all of them are there because I actually have some bookmarks over here too in a little bookmark cup. So now begs the question of what I will read next. I've got, let's see, I've got the rest of 26, 27th, 28th and 29th. So I've actually got 3 and a bit days left of February, which probably is going to mean one more book. I've already sorted out my March TBR and would like to watch the Witcher series on Netflix. So I think it is honestly going to be The Witcher is the next book that I'm going to read. And it would have to be that I've got to read one of these books here, because they're my currently reading books that I've started and I haven't finished. And yeah, it would be good to, yeah, so I think my next book is going to be The Last Wish. Now, because P.S. I Still Love You was a reread, it unfortunately can't be included as one of my knock off the TBR, even though it's on a reread TBR, to put into the jar for a book token. Otherwise I would have been able to knock down the minus a bit. So unfortunately, because it was a reread, it goes over there. But it was my 2020 book that I picked for February that I managed to get read. So for March, I've only got 7 books on my TBR, which is really good for me. But I do have 6 review books to also pick from, like, physically as well. That I had 3 come in the mail in February, and I've got a March book release. In fact, I got 2 March book releases, and 3 or 4 of the others are February releases. So I still need to get them read because I did receive them for review. So I need to also pick and choose from those 2, which also makes me think, like, do I just start a review book now rather than The Witcher? I know that Aaron's been waiting patiently for like a month or so for me to actually read this book. So I think, if I'm going to be completely honest, I should read this as my next book. So that's going to be my next book choice for me to read. I'm waiting for Aaron to message me and say that he's up, because he worked a night shift and he said he was going to get some sleep and then go to his mum's later, but it's the evening now. It's like nearly 8 p.m. and I haven't heard from him, so don't really know what's going to happen today. Don't really know if I'm still going to go over there. Really don't know, but I'm not feeling the best, so whatever happens. But yeah, so sorry, I'm really out of breath, but that's just because I think I've got some sort of chest infection thing going on, where I'm just getting really out of breath really easy. So yeah, it feels good that I've managed to do some videos and everything, and hopefully like onwards and upwards. Meant to be doing a buddy read in March as well, but until they decide what they want to read, then it's just like a waiting game. But if they pick something, then I'll just add it to my March TBR as well, sort of thing. So I'm going to head off now. Probably going to do a bit of reading of The Witcher, because there's not really a lot else that I can do whilst I wait for Aaron. So yeah, speak to you guys soon.